Are you gonna be the lion in your life, making achievements? Or are you gonna keep lying to yourself about what achievements you can make? The lion does not need to get stroked on the cheek like a soft baby on the way to making hard change. How will you be a hunter, a provider for yourself, if you allow yourself to be used for consumption like an animal? How will you be the hunter if you feel the need to be exposed by bright lights like a deer about to be hit by a car? How will you be the hamburger with only bun, no pickles? Okay, that's fine. Hello, lions, lionesses, and lionexes, non-binary people, of course. I wanted to make this video because there are a lot of people in the world. Did you know that? Yeah. And you hear a lot of people making plans for the new year and then failing, or maybe they just never even try to begin with. And I'm sure many of those people are y'all. Basically, I just want to motivate people here because, you know, I think we could all use it going ahead of the new year. And I am people, by the way. I need it too. We really have no excuse going into 2026 to not have our things together. Okay, it's going to be a big year for the world, specifically America, meaning the United States, of course. Not to be like American centric, but stuff is going to happen. I mean, every year is important, right? Besides like 2001, I don't think anything happened that year. Or like 1912. But that was the Titanic, so yeah. Anyway, I just want to motivate people. Also, you know that Atlanta trend? The one that's like smell good, taste good, shaped like a number 8. Obviously, I'm more like a number 0, but you know, I just feel like that is the kind of energy that we're channeling. So it really just aligns for me to make this video right now. So let's dive in. So the thing about us lions is that we get into this ambitious place of saying, I'm going to keep my head down. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to get like this want of a relentless pursuit of whatever it is that drives you. You know what I mean? And I want to push us towards those goals, specifically through the lens of moving in silence. So basically, to move in silence is to say, no one needs to hear from me. They'll see my success. It's show, don't tell. If you're really alpha coded, maybe you can comment down below some of your own ideas. This can be like our little underworld away from the normies. So I'm going to be going through different mantras. You can tell yourself mantras, what moving in silence looks like, etc. So the first thing you need to do to start moving in silence is to let everyone know you are moving in silence. You really don't want normies to be super confused by your new silence, because then they're going to start asking more questions. Speaking of normies, I have heard in response to that, they will say, that sounds counterproductive. to moving in silence, number one. And they also say that it is attention seeking to let everyone know that you're moving in silence. I have 2 points in response to that. Number one, it's not counterproductive if you are nonchalant about it, right? Because the more you direct your attention towards being nonchalant, the more your attention is directed away from revealing your movement. For example, you can post on your Instagram story, I am a lion, so I protect the family. Hashtag moving in silence. That's all you need to do. Something like that, right? I'm sure many of you are artistic, so you can come up with your own version. But that's the gist of it. It's not revealing anything, so it's not counterproductive. Number 2, it's not seeking attention, but it is seeking mystery. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Us lions, we love a good narrative. We love a grand arc. Like a good sit by the campfire and howl at the moon story. You know? Baby, I'm praying on you tonight. Actually, great point. Great point. Because we lions value informed consent. So yes, we are going to be upfront with the normies, our prey, that we move in silence. Oh, excuse you. You are disgusting. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that you would occupy this space, this air that I'm breathing, with your disgusting, glazed up burp. Gosh. You nasty, sewer rat. How was it like meeting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with their moldy pizza? How was that? I didn't want to know about that, but thanks. Another thing you might consider trying ties back into the original point, which was to show, don't tell. You want to be sensed, but not heard. Okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you to stop showering, right? Because I assume that if you're watching this video, you probably haven't started. I'm just fooling around, right? But seriously, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, unless you want to, of course, right? I wouldn't mind, if you did, that would be okay with me. The pro to doing that is it can distract people in a real potent, immediate way from the moves you are silently making, right? There's not a lot else that can really have that effect. So I just wanted to throw it out there. And you could even microdose it, right? You don't have to stop showering altogether. You could only, for example, stop wearing deodorant. Once again, the normies probably wouldn't like that. But it's because they don't realize that not wearing deodorant in a philosophical sense is actually not that uncommon. What I mean by that is there are a lot of people who insist on using natural deodorant, which either wears off immediately makes everything worse or does nothing, right? So, you know, it's not that crazy to stop wearing deodorant. And at least you aren't as annoying as those people are. One other thing I have to mention, just in case, is you might have to reinforce your position as alpha to certain people, like say teachers, parents, maybe even your friends, if you have them. You probably don't. Like if your parents are like, oh, what are you gonna do with your life? Are you ever gonna move out? Obviously you can't tell them what your silent moves are. So you might have to get a little feisty, okay? It's only to scare them into submission. Just a very small but present threat. For example, you could say, hey, pals, the alpha doesn't get questioned about its future. That'll put your future in question. And don't tell me to shower, because that'll get you showered in fear. I will shiver your timbers. That, if you say that, yeah, they're gonna back off really quick. On to the next idea. So, obviously there are certain outfits you can wear to either blend in or stand out. So I thought, you know, this might be helpful to think about so we can further conceal our moves. For this, we will be consulting one of the greats. Now, history tells us that Sun Tzu may not have been a real person. We aren't sure. Similarly, we aren't sure that his book, The Art of War, is actually about war. Some scholars, including myself, believe it to be actually an extended metaphor about fashion. Some have suggested that the title of the book was actually supposed to be The Art of Wardrobe, which I have decided is true. So I believe in the book Sun Tzu details strategies about conquering your enemies on the runway. Quote, "Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt." End quote. Here, in that quote, Sun Tzu talks about what it looks like to move in silence. It seems Sun Tzu is saying that we need to wear dark clothing. By the way, I don't mean to brag, but I was already thinking that. I'm not really sure why this guy was so revolutionary. You know, like, obviously, darkness is a good way to not be seen, given the fact that we see with light, which is the opposite of darkness. Right? So I guess I'm basically Sun Tzu. Where's my award? Where are the diplomatic leaders that are going to invite and receive me and recognize me in Camp David? Right? Obviously Fashion Camp David. But lastly, here are some mantras that you can tell yourself if your ambition is to move in silence. Number 1, Rizzler Fizzler, the lion's not lyin', no more normies, silent, I'm moving. So starting off with a good mission statement. So you can begin your day with immediately reminding yourself of your lion riz silently moving on the normies, if you know what I mean. This is also great to tell yourself when the alpha has been challenged, like with deodorant, for example. Number 1. Cheese please freeze. Tease these knees. So I don't think I need to explain this one, but it's for anyone who aspires to be more healthy, aka less hippo adjacent. So you're telling the cheese, or whatever foods you want to cut, to freeze. And if the cheese listens, then you will succeed. And you are also pleading for your knees to be teased, which refers to exercise. Number 1. My New Year's, no blue years, just true years. This one reminds you to not be blue, but rather true for the new year. Keeping your goals, as I said earlier, can be very daunting, knowing how many fail. Sidetrack. I think the reason for this is because of how lofty these goals can be. And I don't know what people expect, or why no one else sees this. What you need is a North Star, like a general outline for what you want to accomplish. Kind of like how in Congress there are bills for getting very specific things done. Don't do that. Don't make a mega bill at the start of each year. It's actually, it's more like a resolution. In Congress, a resolution is like a vibe shift. You know what I mean? It's like a general outline, a North Star, like I was saying. More people should think of like that. That's how they should think about it, right? Because, I don't know what is in every single person's New Year's resolutions. Oh. Maybe that is what people are doing. No idea. How do you wear a beanie? How do you wear a beanie? Because why are they designed like this? Nobody's head is this big. Okay, hey guys, how you doing today? I believe this is the number one way for how to move in silence. I think it's, Ow! 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 How did that why is it, why did it move? I don't know what what just happened. I don't know. How did... But yeah, are you guys optimistic about 2026? You know, I'm trying my best. As you kind of have to do. You know, you kind of have to choose to try your best, even when, you know, things are, like I said, they can be daunting, right? I feel like it depends on how you look at it, right? Like you can look at it as one less year of life, or you can look at it as one more year of life. Personally, I tend to fall for the placebo effect of a new year. I know that, you know, time is made up and stuff, but I mean, at the end of every year, I feel like there's a three 900-pound gorillas on my chest, and the moment that January 1st hits, they're lifted off like a snowflake falling in reverse. You know what I mean? And I've just been trying to get through this last stretch of 2025. It's like, you know, of course, I'm so done with 2025, but 2025 is not done with me, honey. It's getting every last drop out of me. All right. Well, comment down below your ideas. Like, subscribe. Bye. Bye. Go out there and move in silence.